What's up, guys? Welcome back. Those of you who've been following along know that I'm using this gnarly ship rope to see if we can get any edge retention data off of it. Most of the data that we've gotten is that used ship rope that's years and years old and full of dirt annihilates all edges across the board. Other than a dual grit edge on M4 has been the only thing to pass this so far. So today we're going to test conventional steel Victorinox that's been sharpened with a dual grit edge. It's more of a formality than anything. I don't have any hope that this is going to make it through the rope because S30V didn't, but if by some miracle it does, I would have wanted to have tested it. So let's just get straight into it, and we shall see if my premonitions are correct or if a miracle occurs. Here we go. Oh, yeah. So I can feel the telltale like squeak. It's like shh, shh. But that edge is rounded over. Where at first it was actually biting very aggressively. You know, interestingly, this made it, I think this is the S30V spot, isn't it? Yeah, this definitely made it about 20% farther than S30V. Of course, it started out at a higher best sharpness, and it actually cut more aggressively than S30V, which is really, really odd. I guess the only thing that we can deduce from this is that the things that we've observed about dual grit edges, which are sharpened coarse on one side and fine on the other, it does have this effect on, especially on like conventional, flexible, low carbon, low carbide steels, of boosting the aggressiveness to surprising levels, to where they perform, at least initially, yeah, like a really crisp edge on a super steel would, which is kind of cool. That's a very subjective thing. You can take it or leave it, but it just felt surprisingly aggressive and made it surprisingly farther than the S30V. In this specific test, in this specific condition. So take from it what you will. I'll probably do a couple more tests with different styles of edges to see if we can get through this beast. But for now, I'll just say peace out. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Take care. I should mention, because I likely will have sped up that portion where I go through the test, I should mention that when I'm cutting it, and I'll maybe bring back a few clips so maybe you can hear the difference. I'll turn the volume up. But when you're cutting through this rope, at first it cuts aggressively because the edge is there. And it's just like you hear this very pronounced like sawing kind of sound. It's like and you can feel it's going through fibers and getting deeper and deeper. For most edges, once you get to about this depth, so that's probably about 3/4 of an inch, maybe 1 inch for Maximet. You get to about that depth and the width of the rope is so great, and the edge has gone through so much crud and like silicates and whatever other dirt is embedded in this rope, salt, whatever, that it sort of has either rounded over or worn off or broken off, and it gets a pronounced sort of squeaky sound, like it's just like vibrating the fibers, not severing them, and it's like so that's how I've been able to tell when it's not cutting anymore. At that point, I'll put lots of pressure on it to confirm that it's not just a failure of the edge to catch, but it is truly a dulling. And usually if I put a bit more pressure on, I can tell because the squeaking gets a bit louder. That's how I can tell that the knife is no longer cutting. And then once I realize that, I'll turn over to a fresh piece of rope and I'll actually see if it will initiate on brand new rope protruding out that's like a smaller surface you can put more pressure on, and if it's not severing fibers there, then I'll fail it. So that's what I've been doing so far. Just wanted to explain that.